And we're at the brink now where we can stand up in front of the entire world and we can say, shame on you, America. Shame for what you have done to a small group of peace-loving people in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Aloha pono.
Another Sunday, always.
Yes.
Continues, right?
Yes, the services here for the Christians are just ending, and so I myself would like to ask their God, Jesus Christ, to help them, his followers, because they know not what they do, and in doing so and helping his Christians, it will also help to protect our iwi kupuna, the graves of our iwi kupuna.
Wow, mahalo, and again, your name?
Ka'anohi Kalekini. If you need more information on the continued action that we have here every Sunday at KAWAIAHA'O, I can be reached at pkalekini@hawaii.rr.com, or my cell phone is 699-4069.
Oh, mahalo, mahalo. Thank you.
Aloha. Yeah, this is good too. Today was good too.
Aloha, Scott.
Hi, how's it, Pono?
Okay, may I ask? I know we're part of the native wrestlers as far as getting the issues out, as far as things that are targeting us and our rights. May I ask, what are you doing here, guy?
Well, it's very interesting. Today is my coming out party for the movement, and I think this is probably the first demonstration that I had to come out to. It's because their God told me to come out today and hold signs.
Which God? The one that wants to dig up the E's?
Yeah, I think it's the Christian God that told me last night to come out and hold signs against his followers. God had told me in a dream to tell his people not to dig up the bones. You know, I do want to say, I got a few questions. Yeah. One is, what would Jesus do? If Jesus was here today with these Christians standing next to him, and he was telling his people, but of course, you know, if Jesus was standing here today saying he was Jesus, these guys probably put him to the cross, or probably telling him that he's a liar, like the Jews did. But, you know, if Jesus was here today, what would he do about these bones, you know? Would Jesus dig these bones up and put them in a basement or a closet or something like that, you know? I don't think so. Another question is, you know, these Christians should really think about the question of, what do people think of Christians? You know, try and ask your guys selves, whoever's watching this, what is the first word or first things that come to mind when you think of Christians? Okay, and then now try and ask yourself, what is the first thing that you think of when you think of Christ? There's probably two different, you know, answers on what you think. Christ was there for love, for, you know, doing things that are pono for all people, you know. He sacrificed his life. Christians, you know, I don't think that you really get a, you know, really good response. I think you get like crusades, you know, and bone desecration now and stuff. So, but you know, that's what brings me out here today, is not only that it's Kanaka Maoli, and you know, I believe that there's some other non-Hawaiian by the blood that are inside there, and we're protecting their final resting place. But you know, we're looking at everybody else, and that's my main reason for being here today. Was, you know, I'm planning my mother's funeral and stuff, where I have all her paperwork, and she's gonna be buried somewhere, and I don't want them guys coming in like 10 years, 20 years from now saying, oh, we're gonna knock down this place and dig up these graves and move your mother, you know. You know, I'm standing strong against that. And a lot of these people in here, they have people that have died, you know, obviously, parents, grandparents, uncles, aunties, everybody out there, you guys have family that has passed away. Just because they're not here being dug up doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't care, because there's this thing that's called precedence. And when these guys set the precedence, not only with grave desecration and digging up the bones, it sets the precedence for other places. And they're going to say, well, KAWAIAHA'O dug up their graves. Why can't we dig up, this grave at Mililani, or Diamond Head, or the Japanese graveyard, or then Punch Bowl? But hell, not Punch Bowl. You have the whole damn military over there defending that. It's sad because I went to a funeral just the other day of a friend that passed away, and he's buried or going to be buried somewhere. I think Hawaii Memorial. It's sad that maybe one day somebody's going to go over there and desecrate his grave. When we were inside, the funny story, we were inside the parking lot, and my friend was turning around, and he had to kind of turn around a little bit on the grass. Because, oh no, let's not drive over the grave, because we all respect the graves. He didn't want to drive over it all. In fact, my son doesn't want to walk over people's graves. And this is the people that here that teach us about respect and stuff, but yet they're digging them up. So I'm here, not because I'm Hawaiian or whatever. I'm half Chinese, but I'm here to protect people's rights, especially the rights of the dead, the people that passed.
You don't have to be a creed to be.
Yeah, you don't got to be any kind of creed, because all these people right here driving by, and all you guys over there watching this film on Facebook or MySpace, YouTube, whatever, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for your ohana, so that one day, when whoever is in charge of your parents, your uncle, your mom, your dad's grave, and they start digging it up, I'm gonna be there for you too. So if you guys out there got some time, and a lot of you guys claim Hawaiian royalty, ali'i, kanaka maoli, you're an activist, you're there for justice. Usually justice for people and activism only comes when it affects you personally. But this right here affects our way of life, whether it's the American way or Chinese, Japanese, Hawaiian. Dead people are dead people. Sacred places, burial sites, final resting places is common to everyone. There's certain things that are always in life, that's for sure, death and taxes. And well, maybe not all of us like to pay taxes, but all of us go in, and you know what, we gotta
like it or not.
You're in the ground, man. I don't care what you are, somebody's gonna come dig up your grave and put you under the stairs, till they find someplace else for you.
Or sell your bones on eBay.
Sell your bones on eBay or whatever. It's sad. I'm gonna come stand up for you guys. It's just not right. And the funny thing I do want to say, Pastor Kurt Kekuna, he married me and my wife, or my ex-wife now. I've known the guy since high school. I know almost half the people inside that church, and I know everybody's probably watching this is going like, oh, look, Scotty Wong, protesting against friends and family, whatever. But you know what? People have their differences of opinions, difference of faith. The one common ground here is that, people in that church, they got, like I said before, they got dead relatives that are buried somewhere, and they sure wouldn't like it if their parents were being dug up. I know they love their parents and their kupuna and ancestors very much, and I have family that's buried inside there, I found out, but they're not in that plot. But you still, what's next? Kamehameha's grave. What if Jesus was buried inside there? You think they'd be digging up his grave to move him somewhere else? No, you got to be somebody, but they say it was graves of the unknown, but I just met people here that know the people. They have archaeological studies. They're not making this stuff up. So, I'm here to fight for the rights of people. I've done that for years, fight for other people's rights. And that's what I'm here for. I still love you guys, that's inside that church, no love lost. It's not a personal thing against you guys, but it's more of a thing that we're fighting for the future, for our children. We're setting the precedence for our children and everybody else in the world and the nation. Lucky, we're not, lucky we're not people like in the Middle East, where some Okole Puka would burn one Quran and incited violence and death and killing halfway around the world. You're lucky you're dealing with Hawaiians that have aloha. Hawaiians that, a little bit, more calm and saying, hey, let's ho'oponopono, let's talk about this stuff. So I bet you dig up the grave of Jesus Christ. If if you ever find it, or you dig up the grave of Moses and the Egyptians, and which they are digging up already, or some of these guys, they're gonna be throwing rocks through your window, you know. Lucky we're just holding signs. So I think this is my manao.
Yeah, thanks a lot. If anybody would like to know more about it, is there any way they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, actually, please get in touch with me. I have a show with Pono, the cameraman over there, called Restless Natives, and it's a show about the First Nations peoples around the world, especially here, the Hawaiian people, nationals and non-nationals alike, that have indigenous issues like this, issues that deal with the Hawaiian people or the Japanese people, because almost every culture around the world is indigenous or aboriginal to where they come from, and the Hawaiians are trying to fight to get that back. So call me at 469-1789 or scottywong@gmail.com. And
I have a website up on Facebook, I believe.
Yeah, just Facebook Scotty Wong, or actually Facebook Restless Natives, man. Just go on there, look for Restless Natives. Oh, hey, what's up? And you know, yeah, obviously we get a lot of support for this stuff over here, you know.
And we're at the brink now where we can stand up in front of the entire world and we can say, shame on you, America. Shame for what you have done to a small group of peace-loving people in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Here I go, dropping what I know, taking my audible time, busting around for the HEWA. So listen up, my local bro, as I get my point across. Are we living in a paradise on the brink of being lost to the man? Don't you understand? The same man who stole the blacks from the motherland. So you can take my house, take my car, and try to take my name, but the blood that flows through these things will always be the same. There is a compromise when I analyze in my eyes that it isn't enough to criticize the government lies. I just get up, and start fighting. The only way to get what we deserve is by united. But if it's satisfied, so then you must be a fool. Because you got the blood, the power, the mana. Hawaiians, you can be anything that you wanna be. Bound by blood, joined by the race. It's the right time of to shove a bit to your face of America. Cause all she wants is the green. That's the 10 little Indians, they know what we mean. So fight Hawaiians, fight, no matter what the cost. Do you wanna live in paradise or a paradise lost? Without roots, understand it's the same damn thing with our people and our land.